subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell icon. Thank you.
Hello my wonderful people and welcome back to my channel. Tension sets in as Ezekwesili blasts President Buhari on freezing accounts of the NSAS promoters. We are not a military state, Buhari. Ezekwesili reacts to the freezing accounts of the NSAS promoters. Ezekwesili has asked the President Buhari-led government to stop the repressive acts being made on some NSAS promoters. The former Minister of Education stated this on her Twitter handle this morning while reacting to the seizure of the passport of one of the NSAS promoters, Ms. Odele, and the alleged freezing of accounts of persons identified to be promoters of the NSAS protest. Obi stated that Nigeria is not a military state. In her tweet, and I quote, "While other nations are trying to figure out their post-COVID-19 priorities and strategies, what do you think our own country is doing? Well, Buhari is busy with repressive acts against his young citizens who merely asked to be allowed to live by the police he supervises. We are a constitutional democracy and actions must be anchored on the rule of law. Mrs. Odele's passports cannot be seized by the NAIA of the Immigration on the order of the Nigerian Army without an order granted by the court of the land. We are not a military state. #Buhari. I'm grateful to Femi Falani San for always being available to take on cases of gross injustice against our citizens. Ms. Modupe Odele is not standing alone. Millions of sensible Nigerians are standing with her. She and her peers gave hope on what Nigeria could be. If the repressive acts of illegal seizing a citizen's passport and freezing other bank accounts are meant to intimidate the young NSAS protesters into silence, it means President Buhari's government learns no lesson from hiring thugs to break their protests. All right, my wonderful people, this is the news we have for you, saying that Ezekwesili blasts Buhari on freezing accounts of the NSAS promoters. If you have been following what has been happening in the country for the past few months, you find out that the country has been protesting against police brutality. People have been bringing up cases of police brutalizing people, they SARS people, shooting anyhow without conscience. And to this effect now, yesterday, one of the NSAS promoters complained on her Twitter handle that she wanted to travel out of the country, but they seized her passport and also froze her accounts, that she was not able to travel. Come to think of it, when the NSAS protests were going on, all the government officials, Buhari inclusive, they were so silent about it. Nobody mentioned anything about it. They never addressed the nation. But when the Nigerian, the indigenes now start complaining bitterly that president is supposed to address them, only for Buhari to come out after over a week to make a presidential address. But the one that brought the camel's back is the Lekki tollgate shooting. During the presidential address, he mentioned everything, urging Nigerian youth to stop the protest, but he forgot to mention the Lekki tollgate shooting. He didn't even commiserate to the family of the victims. He didn't even say anything about it. Only for the spokesperson to come up one day and say that Buhari is not aware of it. One thing that keeps on happening in this country is whenever something happens, the first thing they will say is President Buhari is not aware of it. So my question now is President Buhari also aware that they are freezing accounts of the NSAS promoters? Is he aware that they are preventing them from traveling outside the country? So I think the presidency needs to do better, because they're acting very childish concerning this, because it was just a peaceful protest. So many Nigerians have also lent their voice to this because they are not happy with what is happening. One of the comments I have here said, "What is wrong with this lifeless man? Someone should please school him about the meaning of democracy." The next comment said, "Why place no debit transaction on someone's account just because they wanted the good of this nation? Buhari, 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 how many times did I call you? I beg, try to use your brain small." The next comment said, "Buhari with his APC government has failed woefully. Didn't Buhari join protests during JET tenure? Yes is the answer. Was his passport seized for any reason? No is the answer. Immigration acted as instructed by Oga Buhari on top, which is also an indication that APC government sent army to shoot protesters at Lekki toll gate, thinking that it will make people to shut up. Let me remind the monkey below to come see the handwork of his darling daddy. The next person said, meanwhile, Buhari will express shock when the news about the freezing gets to him. Madam Obi, it was the presidency that froze the accounts. Buhari doesn't even know the meaning of accounts, let alone freezing it. That was really funny. The next one said, freezing NSAS conveners account is like putting salt on a fresh injury. What a bad move. The next one said, Buhari has always been this way. Nothing new about him. Nonsensical president. That foolish sultan are stupid. I don't really know what this guy is saying, but I know he's trying to criticize what Buhari is doing. The next comment I have here said, bam. I honestly believe that it is not Buhari ruling this nation. If he's not dead, he is either isolated in one place just to read speech during a live broadcast. He probably didn't know what is going on in the country. God no go shame us o, because 2023 is still far. I quote in peace. The next person said, expecting Buhari to get anything right is like expecting to see Tinubu stop looting. Buhari is everything that a president should not be. Obi Ezekwesili, you are one of the people that foisted this dictator on us. You are also to be blamed. The next comment said, Buhari is a disappointment, agreed, but something puts me off this noisy welling Igbo woman called Obi Ezekwesili. The next person said, so bad. Well, I hope everybody has learned his or her lesson now. Next time, don't vote an illiterate, old, unrepentant, and tribalistic people like this. It's painful. We have to bear this for the next 3 years. One person said, Buhari remains a wolf in sheep clothing because a leopard cannot change its color. Then the next comment says, Obi, you are not to tell us that. The whole world knows that President Buhari is a duly elected democratic president and that Nigeria is not a military state and we are being democratically governed except for some few disgruntled elements like you busy raising false alarms. Then the next person said, first of all, Buhari is late. Second, we are facing a shadowy group of cabals of many Fulani ancestors. And thirdly, the protest should never have stopped. It has to rekindle. Then the last comment I will take says, I said all those registration you guys was doing online with your BVN in the name of one government is shady. How do they know these promoters' account information? Still wondering. The day Naija government go give free fund, na the day the world go end. All right, my wonderful people, these and many more were the grievances coming from Nigerians that are really complaining bitterly and they are not happy about it. But remember that you too can as well become part of this discussion by dropping your opinion and what you think about this at the comment section. Do subscribe to this channel. See you in my next video. Thank you.